prior to adulthood and adulthood, what do you think is the biggest difference? I think the biggest difference is that when you're growing up and you're still like not particularly an adult, you're kind of guided by structures. Like there's guidance and there's also like people pushing you in the right way. I feel like when you become an adult, that doesn't happen as much anymore. When you're in school, if you want to explore hobbies, you don't have to proactively look for it. You can sometimes just come upon it during school activities because you happen to meet the right people within your school, or like there's this extracurricular activity that you had to take and then you find out that you like it. When you're older, there's much less of a chance of that happening because you don't have these structural things around you that can make that happen as easily. Does that make sense? Same thing as in like when you're in college. Most of the things that you find out you like is something that you come across. Because within these days of like, you know, school to college days, you have people around you and you have structures around you that can give you ideas, right? But once you're an adult, the structure is more like, let's say, fair, if I want to use that word. It's more so like you do whatever, and thus you need to make a more proactive and deliberate effort to do stuff. Like if you want to meet friends or hang out with friends, you need to make the plans for it, compared to say when you were in school or college, it's easier to hang out with friends. I just felt like I had more agency when I entered my 20s. Like I can actualize the goals that and ones I had growing up. That's the other side of it, right? That's fair. Because I think when you're put in a structure, sure, it can guide you, but it can also limit you. That's a valid point, Cast. So I guess it's good for someone who has a good idea of what they want to do. So that freedom in adulthood is great for that. But for someone who who prefers the structure and guidance of whatever was previously there, they might have a hard time navigating adulthood a little bit more. And they won't revel in the freedom as much, rather they'll be lost as fuck. I feel like I was there. But yeah, I do notice that some people, they go into adulthood and they know what they're doing. And these are the people that we see as like, oh my God, they got their life together, you know? And that's why I think adulthood is somewhat like a double-edged sword, because you have the freedom, but freedom can also be many things. It can be good and bad, depending on the kind of person you are or how you grew up with or like the resources that you have, right?